So after the memories of those legendary drivers that came the way of the 70s and the 1980s, we now return to those that race these iconic cars in the 21st century, and what a great presentation they make of them as well. Steve Kite making his way out to his pole position start. Jamie Johnson with his cross-load powered Mark 1 Escort out there on the A-grade starting position. 45, Craig Boyd ready to do battle again with 198 Andy Stewart. 419, Dave Murphy, resplendent with the sign writing and sponsorship of BTA Car Sales. Craig Boyd in 445 in the British Racing Green Austin A40. What a tremendous duo of cars he and his son have. We're waiting for his daughter Cara to come out in her Wolseley Body Classic, and that should be out in March at the Veterans meeting that takes place at Northampton on the 20th of March. That will be round 2 of the Classic Hot Rod Series for 2016, where the Classics will top the bill in support with the historic saloon stock cars and the Heritage Formula 2. Well, we looked at Ray Harding taking his place out on the grid. There he is on the B grade start. And 166 Dave Stevens taking his place alongside Steve Kite on the C grade. And Dave put in some good early laps to lead heat number 1 before the faster cars caught him up. Said he was suffering a little bit with the grip he described it as in the pits of the car. He seemed to have lost the grip a little bit as he went through the latter half of the race, but we'll see how he performs in heat number 2. 72, the all red car of Gary Rodon Goodswin. Gary there quite pleased with his 4th place in the opening heat of the night. Hasn't had time to put in too much work on the car over the winter. He's a very busy man with his 24-hour breakdown business. John Bowring, 105, lining up in his black and orange Anglia alongside 271 Jamie Johnson. And the rest of the field have now come together. And we can see that 9-11, Harry Stewart came third in heat number 1. Still technically classed as a novice, although his driving ability certainly does not suggest that whatsoever. And I'm sure that he'll be looking to put a good account of himself in contention with Boyd and his uncle Andy in this next race. And we can see that 419 Dave Murphy is there alongside Harry. And at the back, number 12, the Scotsman Trevor Harris, who, although enjoying his first race of the night, found the steering to be extremely heavy, and he was certainly really out of breath when it came to the end of the first race for Trevor. So, engines firing up, coming into life now, and these beautiful looking and beautiful sounding classic hot rods take to the stage once again for this second heat of the night here at the famous Wimbledon Stadium. Got one with a caution. Yellow flags aloft as they put in some heating to those tyres. This is the warm-up laps. Look at the absolutely beautiful 265 car of Ray Harding. One of 7 Anglias racing tonight, and it's the first time in many years, since perhaps the mid-70s, since the Anglia numerically dominated a field. in a formula. 7 Anglias here tonight, 2 Austin 840s, 2 Mark 1 Ford Escorts and 2 Mark 2s. So 20 racing laps on the cars for the second heat of the night for the London Championship. Championship that follows in strict graded order through the course of the night. So again, Anglia is numerically the stronger, but just look out for Craig Boyd, Andy Donut Stewart and 911 Harry Stewart to again see who could possibly come out on top in this race. Field spaced out in the grades, with Steve Kite in Black Beauty on pole and the Mark 1 Escort of Dave Stevens as they drop the hammer, and we go away racing once again. Moving into turn number 1. Andy Stewart already piling on the pressure on Stewart right. There's Jamie Johnson with John Bowring. Jamie retiring. John going through on his own. Stewart White still holding out Andy Stewart as Andy looks for a second win. And at 9:11, Harry Stewart, having gone past 45, Craig Boyd. It's hard after his Uncle Andy in 198. There's the battle further up, 265, Ray Harding, 72, Gary Gunswin. Gary on the inside of Ray. And the leader at the moment, 166, Dave Stevens. Ahead of 721, Steve Kite. Gary Gunswin, 265, Ray Harding. 101, John Bowring, just ahead of 198, Andy Stewart. Andy Stewart on his way once again in heat number 2 with 911. Harry Stewart right with him in his all-red Devil Anglia. The Red Devil 911 on the inside now, trying to follow through. But John Bowring holding him out just a little bit at the moment. And there goes Stewart right in at the tail of the field. So looking up ahead, and here's your challenge for the lead. It's 166, Dave Stevens. Here comes 72, Gary Gunswin on his inside, and we do indeed have a change up front, and it's the all-red Anglia of 72, Gary Gunswin from Norfolk, who now leads the second race of the evening. Here comes Andy, 198 on the inside of 265, Ray Harding, and Andy Stewart now moves into 4th position. At the moment, on the back straight, 72, Gary Gunswin into turn 3 and out of corner, ahead of 166, Dave Stevens. Number 198, Andy Stewart into 3rd place. Then comes 721, Steve Kite, 265, Ray Harding. And then we have a great battle between 924, 911 and 101, John Bowring. And a great battle at the end of the field between these 3 Anglias. Harry Stewart caught on the outside line. So there's a battle for the lead now with Andy Stewart there in 2nd place. And then it's these 3 Anglias which are putting up the great fight. And just look at them go on the back straight, 101, 924 and 911. None of them given a quarter in this race. Neck and neck, side by side, all the way round. On the inside, 924, on the outside, 911. A fantastic battle towards the tail end of the field. There goes Dave Murphy, but here's your leader, 9.198. Andy Stewart looking for his second win of the night as we're on the 3 laps to go board. That battle raging on further down between the 3 Anglias. Fantastic racing there. On the last lap, 198 Andy Stewart, 72 Gary Godswin in second. And a bit of a gap down to 166 Dave Stevens in third. Here he comes. Andy Stewart takes the win in 198. 72 Gary Godswin in second, 166 Dave Stevens third. And a great battle between those Anglias all the way around in heat number 2. John Bowring and Stuart Wright giving as good as they got with 9.11 Harry Stewart. Great race. And it's not necessarily always about the winners, but that battle for the lower place was really the one to watch.